And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Otis.
Hey, here we are. It's Thursday. Man, this week has flown by. Tomorrow's Friday. Y'all just stick around. It's coming.
4th of July weekend is around the corner. We've got special guests coming in this morning to do a song or two and talk with us. Scott McQuaig. Let's take a look at Scott on the other side of the room. Scott, good morning.
How's it going?
All right, Scott's here. He's ready for all of this. It's going to be a fun time.
Oh, yes.
Got some songs picked out for us for our entertainment. And let's knock on wood. Everybody knock on wood. Each time Scott's been here, there's been a technical difficulty. Every time. So we're hoping this morning we'll get past that and it'll come off without a hitch.
That's what I told Brett Gully. I said he wants me every time I come down there something messes up. So I'm a guinea pig. So.
Scott is. It just seems every time he's come, we'd switched a computer and something wasn't working. We didn't know about it until we went live, and whoops. That does happen there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about yesterday afternoon. Miracles. God works miracles.
Woo.
And
yes, he does.
Let me show you the picture of what I mean by that starting off. Looks kind of normal there. That's big, bad, and mean, and it will run over you. And this is what it looks like after it hits you. We're going to take a look at all of these pictures that came about from this wreck yesterday afternoon.
It doesn't stop.
No.
It can honk a horn, and that's all it can do. And I'm just half a mile an hour more, half of a second could have changed the entire outcome.
You're right, Odie. That was a very close call. And believe it or not, this gentleman walked away without a single scratch.
Wow.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Man, just a miracle. And I want to show this because you ever watch them shows, those the wrecker guys that show up on scene and they winch a vehicle? I just want to put this in the background. Boy, they really know what that. Lewis was out yesterday and they pull us off the track. So let me pull this up and show a little bit of this as they winch this over as we see this getting pulled to it coming up on the truck. And boy, they weave it around and load it up and she went away.
Yeah, good. Now you've got the railroad that's out there, and they're paying attention because you
can't
you can't pull that rail out of whack. I mean, it's got to stay intact, and so they did. Man, Bobby was doing a good job getting that thing pulled around, keeping the truck from being messed up anymore, keeping the track. See, there's Norfolk Southern. Well, they watch and make sure nothing happens.
Yeah.
And Bobby did an awesome job getting that off the tracks and keeping everybody safe.
And I had a chance. You were first on the scene as I got there, and you gave us a live update as to when we found out that no one was hurt. Boy, it was just a blessing that nothing worse came out of this, Odie.
Oh, yeah, very lucky. Like we were talking about yesterday, God's always with us, but unless we ask him to intervene in our life, he's not. So
great time to show up for church on Sunday morning after something like this and go, thank you, Lord.
That's
hello.
Right. Or maybe a Wednesday evening service.
Yeah, that's right. But that's the scene of what it looked like yesterday as we were out at the airport. And it was, boy.
Like Bob says, does it sound like a tornado? Because everybody says a tornado sounds like a freight train.
Well, I talked to him and I said, "What happened?" He said, "I didn't see it until I heard the horn." And he said it was too late. He said, "I looked up and it was there."
Wow.
And he got to go home last night, so that it could not have ended any better than that.
No, thank goodness for him.
But I'm just shocked. As many wrecks as I cover, there ought to be a car lot following me around and handing out cards of, "Hey, come see me in a day or so."
That's right. Yeah.
Y'all really got to step your game up because there's a lot of cars that need to be replaced.
You had a car lot and attorney with you, you'd have a entourage, wouldn't you?
Everybody jump out. Go to work.
Just get in line and introduce yourself.
We did have an accident yesterday on 23rd Street also. I don't have as many. I got graphics from that wreck there. This would happen on 23rd Avenue and 34th Street. MPD was on the scene, and it was another one of those pretty good little fender benders there that happened with that. I don't think any major injuries, but it did have a little bit there. Now, as we were getting ready for the morning show, this is another one of those where we had some injuries from this. We go to Clark County, an accident that happened early yesterday morning, right before 6 a.m. But you need to see this, to take in of just how quick your life can change. As we go to Clark County, here it is. This is the scene there yesterday morning of a head-on collision. Now, both were transported to the hospital. Look at this.
That's bad.
That's a huge lick, and then here's the SUV. Just by and y'all all know this, you can glance off the road and your tire go off and cause a car to and run you into another lane. Anything can happen. P's and Q's when you're out there, especially 2-lane roads. If it's wet, that even adds another factor to it, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, and it doesn't take long for a little bit of moisture to get on a dry pavement and mix with the oil that has gathered up over the last few days, and will make a slick road.
Right.
And it's hard to just yank the steering wheel to try and move because it's not going to happen real quick. But they did, it looks like a head-on. It is a head-on, but it wasn't, a direct head-on.
Right, it was that kind of a glance there.
Yeah.
We have to welcome in the Mounties. Joining us from Canada this morning is Myrna Sue. How are you doing? We welcome you from Canada watching the show.
Yes, good morning, and thank you for being here all the way from the south part all the way to the northern part of North America.
They wore the little red suits and...
Yeah.
What was that awful show Brandon Fraser was in that time about the Mounties? It was horrible.
Yeah, I remember it.
I can't... yeah, but it was bad.
Something like that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. It was just a bad movie.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about something that has happened in Meridian that needs to be addressed of what we know. Let me pull up the headlines and put this. Now, I knew about this yesterday morning, but I did not have the details or a confirmed. It is confirmed now. There was a rape in Meridian, Mississippi. This involves a minor. The young lady is underage. Also, the male that is involved is underage also. This would happen on late Tuesday night around 9 o'clock in a business in their bathroom. Now, MPD, I've asked for statements on this, and I have not gotten clarification or anything further than that. We do not know if they knew each other. We don't know the circumstances. They haven't told us anything, so I don't want to go outside of the box. These are the facts that we know is that a young lady was raped. She was taken to a hospital. It was reported that way. When we find out more from MPD, we will pass that along to you. But again, in a bathroom in a business. And I'll leave it at that until MPD gives us further. I don't want to
Don't know if they were patrons or
right
employee or nothing like that.
Absolutely nothing. But when we do know more, we'll pass this along. But y'all think about that. Think about your daughters. Know where they are at all times. We don't want anything.
Think about how that gun carry permit
Man alive.
should work.
It's just scary that anything could happen in our hometown like this, regardless of if they knew each other or not. My heart goes out to both sides. This family that's involved in this. She, bless her heart. So,
and in her life,
yes, it changes.
Man.
When we know more, we'll get that passed on to you. And again, we've got several requests into MPD, every department that I could find to send an email to or call. I've called. Sent one to the mayor's office too. Hadn't heard from that. City Council, if y'all know more than we do, we'd love to hear from y'all on this matter also. Very, very serious matter as we look at this. Already 8 minutes into the hour. We'll be right back with Scott McQuaig. I know y'all been waiting. Scott's standing by. He's got a song for us, and we're going to find out all the places that he's going to be here in the Meridian in the next few days. It's going to be good.
Going to be busy. He's going to be on the road a little bit.
I'm Devin Snowden, Republican candidate for District 1 Supervisor, Lauderdale County. I'm sixth generation Snowden to call this home. This is where I'm raising my family, where I work and serve the landowners of this area, and where we play. I want Lauderdale County to continue to call home. If elected, I'll do my best to make Lauderdale County its best. Please vote for me, Devin Snowden, on August 8th, and remember, I'm not just any candidate, I'm your neighbor.
Paid for by the campaign to elect Devin Snowden.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
It's campaign season. Do yourself a favor and elect Reed Tree Service. Got a tree that scares you each time that it sways in the wind? Elect Reed Tree Service to remove that threat. Have storm winds knocked a tree down in your yard and you want it gone? Elect Reed Tree Service. Professional, experienced, insured. Call Mike 601-416-1233 and elect Reed Tree Service for all of your needs. Tell him Scotty Ray sent you.
Your local farmer knows a good deal when he sees one. The L-Series Kubota tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA and offered at Parish Kubota with 0% financing available. Come see why we're more than a tractor store at Parish Tractor.
And good morning. We are Scotty Ray. This is Odie, and we've got a special guest in this morning. We welcome Scott McQuaig back to the room.
Glad to be back, man.
Man, yeah.
How have you been, my friend?
Doing great. Just been busy playing some. We're going to play tonight. Matter of fact,
Where at?
At Squealers.
Squealers Barbecue. That
Squealers.
gets underway 7?
6:30.
6:30.
So it'll be nice and cooled off by 6:30.
Y'all come on down and see Scott. Always a great time there as you'll set up underneath the porch there, and there's all places to sit.
It's a fun place to play. We enjoy it. So
And the food is great.
it is.
So
It is.
come enjoy the food. You
I got
can't
a
get any better.
barbecue stain last time I was there. I tried to get Teresa to come out there and get some. It wouldn't come out.
You just need to learn how to wear a bib when you eat barbecue.
I am the worst, y'all. I don't know if you do this, Scott, but I am horrible when I said I'm going to get food on me at some place somehow. I just,
Oh, it's going to happen.
that's just me.
It's inevitable.
Or what's in the Scott, as we get ready for this, this is a great thing for you to be opening up, handling the 4th of July celebration in Meridian. You're going to be the main act.
We're doing that, and that is on Tuesday. And I think we start playing at 7. We play from
7 o'clock.
to 9, and then the fireworks start.
All right. Well, you going to pick a song for us this morning?
I guess I will.
What you feel like singing today?
I feel like singing a Paul Davis song.
All right. This was, and for those of you who don't know who are watching, Paul Davis was a Meridianite who went on to become a legend in the world of music. We're going to turn it over to Scott and let him sing a song for us.
We've been preaching this too for 2 or 3 years. He needs a star downtown.
That's right.
Yeah.
Traveling with the rodeo, it's the only life I'll ever know. I started in New Mexico, must have been 1,000 years ago. Well, I used to be the best, they say, riding young wild horses for my pay. But now I'm much too old, it seems. I only ride wild horses in my dreams. They used to tell me, ride 'em, cowboy, don't let 'em throw you down. You can't make no money if you hit the ground. They said, ride 'em, cowboy, don't let 'em throw you down. You're the toughest cowboy I've always been a traveling cowboy, but now there's no place left to go. What am I supposed to do? Seems I'm left out in the cold. Ride 'em, cowboy, don't let 'em throw you down. You can't make no money if you hit the ground. They said, ride 'em, cowboy, don't let 'em throw you down. You're the toughest cowboy in town. Midnight was a champion. He's the only bronc I couldn't ride. But now I hear old Midnight's blind, rides some little children for a dime. Ladies used to hang around. I must have been a hero in their eyes. My silver spurs are rusty now. Lord, I wish I tried to settle down. They used to tell me, ride 'em, cowboy, don't let 'em throw you down. You can't make no money if you hit the ground. They said, ride 'em, cowboy, don't let 'em throw you down. You're the toughest cowboy in town. Traveling with the rodeo, it's the only life I'll ever know.
Scott McQuaig and Ride 'em Cowboy.
That's it.
One of the best songs in my earliest memories of that, Scott, was AM radio with Ken Rainey playing that, talking about Paul Davis being from Meridian. Boy, he was talented. And you deliver this. And I've said this before about Scott. Scott is probably one of the biggest hidden treasures that Meridian, Mississippi has. And the rest of the world just doesn't know about old Scott over here. Bright and early this morning. We got more coming up from Scott. We're going to make him do one of his own here in just a second. We'll be right back after a few commercials and hear some more from Scott. Good morning.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Folks, if your yard is needing grass and you need it quick, talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding. They offer residential and commercial. The great thing about this, it doesn't wash, the water treads, and it holds the soil in place. It's the easiest way to grow grass. That's hydro seeding. You'll get a great looking lawn without all the dry spots. How many times have you put out seed and it gets washed away, blown away, or even the birds eat it? Talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding, 601-728-1954. Are you looking for a job that could last a lifetime? Structural Steel is hiring now. With employees that have been there from 20 to 40 years, they're family owned and operated since 1975. Competitive starting wages, a 401k package, and great insurance. Immediate openings on the day shift and night shift. From entry-level helpers, welding and tacking, grinding and fitting. And the list goes on of job openings at Structural Steel. Call 483-5381. Welcome back. We were just talking about how the hot weather is bad outside.
Man.
Folks, heat index today is going to be 110 if you're just coming in and joining the show. Let me show you what the National Weather Service.
Drink water, drink water, drink water. Drink water before you're thirsty.
Now, this is what the National Weather Service has for us over the next few days, starting right here. Look at this.
Yeah.
We're purple, which means extreme risk, 110 to 115. Now, Bama, let's look at this. Where did I do it, Alabama? Here we are. This is a glance across the state line. It just gets worse and worse and worse. Folks, it's hot. And
extremely hot.
And on your end of the safety prospect, work early, work late. Don't be out in the midday if you can help it.
Yeah, if you can, you want to get out and do your work earlier. You want to do it a bit later. You don't want to be out during the middle of the heat. But we know that that's not feasible for a lot of people. So you're going to have to take more breaks. You've got to get under the shade. You've got to drink water. And some of your other drinks, your Gatorade, now, excuse me, is good to have, but you can drink too much of it. So for one bottle of Gatorade, you need 2 bottles of water or any other electrolyte type drink. You don't want to get too much of that in you. You start feeling nausea, your you stop sweating, you get lightheaded. Those are dangerous signs that you need to get in out of the sun. But one of the main things is sweating. You've got to continue to sweat, and you've got to continue to drink. It's just a hard time to be outside, and we know it is. But
It's kind of like your wife finding your credit card bill and go to sweating. Woo!
yeah, or
Daryl
finding your
Brooks,
credit card.
Used to burn a lot of cutovers, and you had.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, you got to get hydrated the day before. Don't wait
Yeah.
till the morning.
That's right. That's right.
I've been there before. You start cramping up, and like Otis said, get nauseated.
What?
If you get to that point, you might be in trouble.
It's
Yes.
almost too late.
Yeah.
It can cause serious damage, and we don't want that to happen. Britt Gully says hello to you there.
All right.
Britt's going to be covering the music at the 4th of July special at Kemper Lake
That's what I
on
heard.
the
That's what I heard.
3rd. So go up and see Britt
We're
there.
working Tommy Hawk Ethers to death, man.
He's a